Alright, so we are here with Reklez battle number 5. So, Wolverine, of course, is the brother of Sabretooth, and as we all know, growing up he developed these supernatural abilities. And as we all know, he fought in both the World Wars, Vietnam War, Cold War, and I believe the Civil War. And then it was around, I forget exactly when in the storyline, or in the period time, whatever you want to call it, but he was founded by these guys at Weapon X, or these scientists, and it was this man named Dr. Cornelius who wanted to inject Wolvie's body with the adamantium, and with that, and also because of that, it caused Wolverine. Well, I don't know if it was exactly bad or what, but something made him go crazy that caused him to kill everyone at Weapon X. And as we all know, it was around this time too where he took the name Wolverine. And after tangling with the Hulk, he is like the poster boy of the X-Men. I'm sorry if that didn't make any sense. But alright, here we go. I'm sorry if I'm stirring too much. But, as we all know, he's able to equal hand-to-hand combat with Captain America, and has been able to attack Speedo. And, of course, he's got a healing factor, he can sense, talk to animals, and he's been able to survive hits from Thor and the Hulkbuster. He's been able to fight Satan himself, and was once blown up with nothing left but his adamantium skeleton, and was able to regenerate like nothing. And of course, he finally was able to take down Deadpool along with Sabretooth. Now, you could be asking, can anything stop him? Well, there are rumors that he has died a few times, but let me give you guys one little fact here. He got eaten alive by the Hulk, and despite that, he ripped Hulk to shreds inside of his body, pretty much finishing him off. And also, he was able to survive. His whole entire body regenerated from one little drop of blood, literally. So yes. And of course, piss him off too much, something snaps, and he will go into the Berserker Rage, where he ignores all pain, and he just becomes more deadly and more vicious. So that's all I got on Wolverine. There might be more facts, but that's all I have. So now, oh yeah, wait, I might have some other information. No, that's pretty much it. Alright guys, so let's get on to his opponent, Baraka. So, Baraka. Now, I'm not exactly sure on the background story of Baraka, but we do know that he is the leader of the Tarkatan warriors, and of course allies himself with Outworld. Now, of course, he has his arm blades, and now as far as his powers and abilities, as a Tarkatan, Baraka possesses greater stamina and fighting power than a normal human, along with his trademark weapon, the Tarkatan blades that extend from his forearms. He is also shown in many cases to have a highly acute sense of smell, as he can tell the true identity of targets by their scent, and a potent healing factor, as he was able to survive Kung Lao's vertical hat slice fatality in the events of Mortal Kombat Trilogy, though he required giant staples to hold his body together. Now, his signature moves include Flying Shard, Spark, Chop Chop Blades, Blade Swipe, and the Chop Chop Chop. Also Blade Spin, Spinner, Blade Charge, Blade Rush, Scrape Kick, Triple Flying Shard, Air Blade Spin, and his X-Ray, of course, the Nail and Impale. Now, of course, Baraka is able to perform fatalities, as well as every other character in the Mortal Kombat universe. such as blade decapitation, blade lift, mutant dissection or dissection, head spike, chest stab, take a spin, and of course up the middle. Now, you could be wondering, what good does he have against Wolverine? Well, again, his healing factor is not as great as Wolverine's, but it does help him at times. And not just that, but if you really remember, Baraka has been able to kill many of the Shaolin monks. Of course, along with the other Tarkatan warriors. And not just that, but if you guys remember from Shaolin monks, he took 2 blades to the head and torso area. So there you go right there. He took a sword. He took 2 swords, one in the head and the one in his torso, and he was still able to fight. So there you go. Now Baraka, of course, is one of the most dominant Mortal Kombat characters of all time. And he's been able to hold his own against some of the most dominant Mortal Kombat characters, such as when he went up against Raiden, Liu Kang, and maybe some others. Now, of course, weaknesses. As we all know, he's not really smart. I don't really think he's that much of a tactician, as just like Scorpion and Reptile and those kind of guys. And not just that, but also with Baraka, as we all know, he did get slayed by Devora. And of course, he was also teaming up with he teamed up with Melina at one point. So yes, so that's all the info I got on Baraka. So now, let's see who will emerge victorious. Now, in this battle, we all know that Wolverine has like a huge advantage, obviously. But again, you don't want to count out Baraka because he has done some good things himself. Now, Baraka obviously has more long-range combat with his blades. Now, will Baraka be able to cut up Wolverine? Yes. Baraka can get a few shots on him. But of course, Wolverine's got a healing factor, so Baraka would probably have to also rely on his spark move as well. And not just that, but also he needs to worry about Wolverine charging at him, because as we all know, and I forgot to mention, Wolverine has his tornado claw. So what needs to happen is Baraka would probably get a few shots at him, cut him up, and that would anger Wolverine, obviously sending him to the Berserker Rage. And if Wolverine gives into that, then Baraka will have to just rely on just his quickness and just, his entire moveset, if that makes any sense. And not just that, but again, Baraka could take some damage. He's able to take punishment. So what it really comes down to is who can take more punishment. And of course, Baraka was barely able to survive Kung Lao's hat. And again, he was killed by Devora. And Wolverine has taken down some of the most toughest Marvel characters ever. So the way I see this playing out is they will meet up in like a forest or whatever you could picture them meeting up at. The fight will the fight will be like 5, maybe even 10 minutes. And then it'll get to a point where Wolverine will go into the Berserker Rage and cutting up Baraka, giving Wolverine the victory. Now again, it's just my opinion. If you guys think Baraka has some way of gaining victory or emerging victorious, let me know. But until then, Reklez out.